Welcome to another video. Today I am making peanut butter brownies. This is another John Cannell recipe. I use quite a bit of his recipes because I know and trust his recipes. A lot of times I will take them and make them my own, give them a little twist, but today I follow this recipe to a T because it is a good recipe on its own. Not that his recipes aren't good on their own, but sometimes I just like to give them a twist. I don't like to take everybody's recipe and use it as is. So you start off by melting the butter on a stove, either in a pot or a microwave safe bowl. And then to that, as you can see, I added half of my chocolate mixture. And you want to mix that until the chocolate is fully melted, and then you're going to set it aside to cool slightly while you move on to the next step. Now, I either recommend doing this in a small pot, not a pan like I did, because I had to transfer everything over into another bowl. So either do it in a big enough microwave safe bowl or do it in a big enough pot that you can add the rest of the ingredients to it. So the next thing you're going to do, as I said, is set that aside to cool down a little bit. Then you want to take your flour and your cocoa powder and you're going to give that a sift in the bowl. Then you want to add your salt and whisk just to combine everything. You want to set the flour aside, and now you're going to take your chocolate and butter mixture and add both of your sugars and your eggs. It is at this moment that I realized that I should have done it in a pot, not a pan like I did. That's why I said earlier you should do it either in a big enough pot or a microwave safe bowl that's big enough. So I ended up having to transfer all of this to a bigger bowl, of course, because there's no way that I could mix all that sugar and eggs in that tiny pot.
Apparently, my brain wasn't working properly this day.
So anyways, you want to mix that until it is fully combined and all of the eggs and sugar are fully incorporated. Then you are going to take your flour mixture and cocoa powder and you want to mix that into your eggs. Now, when it comes to this step, you want to make sure that you're not beating vigorously. You want to take your spatula and fold over like I'm doing here. This helps so that you don't over mix your batter. Now I'm adding the rest of the chocolate chips into my batter, and you want to mix just until combined with that as well. Then you want to take your prepared pan, which should be an 8 by 8, and I have it parchment lined on the bottom, and I sprayed the sides so that it wouldn't stick. And you just want to spread your batter evenly until it looks something like this. Then the next step you're going to do is to take your peanut butter and dollop it all over your brownie batter. Then you're going to take either a palette knife or a skewer and you just want to swirl that around until you have it the way that you like it. And the next step is to bake it in the oven at 350 for 40 minutes, which is what the recipe calls for, but I believe mine only took about 30 minutes. It depends on your oven. Just make sure that you're either using a cake tester or a toothpick if you don't have one of those to make sure that it comes out clean. You want your batter to still be soft and moist, but not wet. So you see me doing the cake test there. And this is what the brownie looks like when it's all done. These brownies are absolutely the most delicious things. If you love brownies, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, guys. I'll see you in the next one.